Good evening, Alfred. Thank you so much. We all seven got in country, as
Great.
always.
Wonderful. So you recall that skepticism that characterized the public reaction about this particular committee when it was established because of the aftermath of the short commission of inquiry into the OSOS who were gone by election, their recommendations not amounting to anything. Watching these committee sittings, has your perception and reaction changed so far?
Alfred, I've always made my position clearly known that at every point in time, the best option left for us when we have matters that are of public interest is to undergo a public inquiry. It gets us the best of the facts and the events leading to what led to indeed the setting up of the for a committee of inquiry in the first place. What it does not get us is a closure. We do get sometimes the facts, we do get sometimes the truth out of the event, but a closure is what we do not get because of the manner government treats a report of the committees that are set up. Over the years, it has always been the case that government would always issue a white paper to completely whitewash it. But that is only the negative aspect of having a commission of inquiry set up. That we're able to get the facts. Everyone is able to see in real time what really took place, and the record bear everyone out that indeed these sequence of events happened. And so we're able to get something closer to the truth. And that is very significant. It's very significant to the extent that everybody is able to air his what he would like on one hand. But my apprehension as to what government would do still remains, considering the fact that our government has shown over the years that Commission of Inquiry reports are nothing beyond the useless papers that they use to print their reports on.
So
Over the years.
absolutely. And you remember during the sitting as well, the members, general public analysts took issue with the committee members asking certain questions that was thought to be out of place or without any significance to the objective of the establishment of that committee. How did that influence how things played out and the possible outcome in terms of the recommendations that they will make in the end?
Naturally, it has a psychological effect on the commission. Their confidence would normally not be as high as it would have been. But I'm sure that will not be the only influence on the committees, on the members of the committees, but because of how government have treated the report of commissions of inquiries. I mean, we all know they come out most of the time the best of recommendations. Most of the time they come out an unbiased recommendation, believing and hoping that it will change the narrative going forward. And this is what we have always hoped for, that a commission of inquiry would always do that. They always come out unbiased recommendations that, in the long run, would always ensure that we do not go back to the status quo. But sadly, I think most people, most Ghanaians are as apprehensive as I am, which is why people expressed those sentiments even before the committee and the commission was set up. And so naturally, they will be affected, their confidence will be affected, their manner, their conduct of the whole event will be naturally affected by such comments. But I don't think it is all dead and gone. We still have to have hope. We still have to hope for a day that would have a serious government that will take commissions of inquiry reports seriously and implement them to the latter, because it holds the key to our positive development.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Considering the way we have conducted the police and other intelligence agencies in this country.
Thank you so much, Lawyer Justice Abdullah. He's a private legal practitioner, also a lecturer at the University of Professional Studies here in Accra, UPSA. In the coming days, we were to see this committee's recommendations and the response that government would give to it. Aisha.
Well, there appears to be an attempt and a push for the Ascent Central MP not to appear fully before Parliament's Privileges Committee over his threat to a journalist to have him beating for testifying before the Dram Ministerial Committee. Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Fenyomakin says leadership of the majority is exploring an alternative dispute resolution mechanism to be mitigated so that the repercussions of his appearance will be known. Now, this ensued in the House earlier today.
Mr. Speaker, we need to emphasize that the committee did not receive the referral from Right Honourable Speaker in respect of Mr. Suhini's motion. So that is why there is no such thing on the business statement. But I need to emphasize here, Mr. Speaker, that our colleague has been engaged extensively, Honourable Kennedy Japan, on this matter, and I have received very positive responses from him, and I have no doubt on my mind that perhaps, not perhaps, I have no doubt on my mind that steps will be taken to deal with the matter appropriately so that there wouldn't be the need to even go into that long haul of, So, Mr. Speaker, I just needed to assure the House of these steps that have been taken by the leadership of the majority. We want to work together, and the media is not an enemy. We are not enemies to ourselves. Sometimes we slip. What is important is for us to take steps to remedy or resolve when these things happen. We are all human.
And I don't know under what standing orders the Deputy Majority Leader was coming under. The Right Honourable Speaker has referred the petition from Honourable Alhaji Suhini Alhassan to the Privileges Committee. And that is the resolution of this House. We are being told today, that is the status, the decision of the Speaker, the ruling of the Speaker. Then the Deputy Majority Leader, who we know is a long-time counsel and lawyer of the Honourable Kennedy Japan, is telling us today that, oh, let's prepare for some out-of-court settlement of a sort, or out of committee, out of privileges committee settlement. I mean, under what standing orders is the Deputy Majority Leader giving us this announcement or serving this notice to the House?
I only referred to it that it has not been programmed. There hasn't been a meeting scheduled for next week for the Privileges Committee because the referral did not get to Business Committee. I just wanted to allay the fears of members who are anxious to see the Privileges Committee working. And I only added that notwithstanding, as a House, if a matter of this nature has arisen, I am in leadership and I should engage my colleague. I made that statement in good faith. But I find it strange that every step taken in good faith would be misconstrued, particularly by Honourable Ablaka. Mr. Speaker, he was in this House when Sami Jemfi attacked the Speaker of Parliament and attacked his leadership. He did not respond to it, neither did he even get up to protect the image of Mr. Speaker and Harun Edrusu and Muntaka Mubarak. Is this a principle? This is very rich. Sit down.
Let's move away from Ijura now and look at some more stories tonight. After weeks of waiting and constant reminders over details of how much it cost the taxpayer to foot the flight of President Akufo-Addo's recent foreign trips, there appears to be answers now. The finance minister is expected to present the mid-year budget review and provide answers on cost of President Akufo-Addo's recent foreign trips on a chartered flight in the coming weeks.
The finance minister has finally been scheduled for Wednesday, 21st July, to answer the question on the President's recent luxury travels to France, Belgium, and South Africa. I hope that the finance minister will be candid, transparent, and unimpeachably sincere with the House after all of this rigmarole.
Wait for that and trust our parliamentary correspondent Komla Kluche and the team to bring you details. But let's stay a bit in Parliament as the Parliamentary Select Committee on Defence and Interior has apologized to the overlord of the Wala traditional area, Wana Fuseni Seidu Pelpo, the fourth over the July 1 military brutalities in Wa. If you recall that 86 of them military personnel. Ahead of that start of the committee's probe, chairperson of the committee, Kennedy Japan, pleaded with Wana and his subjects to forgive the military.
we are coming here to plead with the overlord and the paramount chiefs and queen mothers and elders of Wa traditional area and Upper West to forgive the military and forgive the country so that we can move on, so that our overlord will plead with his citizens. I know the respect he commands. So whatever he says, I know his children, his subjects will listen to him, and there will be peace in Wa traditional area as well as the Upper West.
It's one of our headline stories. Now, President Akufo-Addo has commissioned the National Mosque of Ghana here in Accra. The $10 million ultra-modern mosque is the largest in West Africa.
The 15,000-seater capacity mosque complex, built on a 40-acre land at Kana, a suburb of Accra, is funded by the Turkish Hunay Foundation with support from the Turkish government. The mosque has ancillary facilities including a library complex, office and residence for the chief imam, a research facility, a senior high school, a clinic, an administration block, an auditorium and a conference center. The mosque complex was built on the model of the Blue Mosque of Istanbul in the Turkish capital. President Akufo-Addo used the occasion to call on Ghana's religious leaders to continue to give meaning to the religious tolerance the country has become synonymous with.
I'm even more excited by the fact that as a Christian majority country, a symbol of Islam can beautifully adorn our landscape and demonstrate the beauty of religious harmony that we enjoy in Ghana and which continues to be the envy of the rest of the world. I thus urge you to use the occasion of this ceremony to foster even further the unity of the Muslim Ummah in Ghana, and by extension, the unity of the Ghanaian people.
The symbolic monument is expected to host hundreds and thousands of Muslim residents in Ghana and beyond.
Amazing. This edifice is magnificent.
It is. That's the name.
Over the years, you drive past the Kanda and you see it in the evenings.
In the evenings, it is
beautiful lighting.
Very pretty.
I'm sure you'll be praying there next Friday.
Absolutely.
It goes straight to Allah. But let's stay on this wonderful news, because after almost a decade of anticipation met with failed inaugurations, worshippers can now visit Ghana's biggest mosque. You just saw that. The president inaugurated this facility today to pomp and pageantry as expected. In this report, Aisha Yakubu Hale traces the failed attempts at opening the National Mosque complex and the facilities.
The National Mosque of Ghana will be the biggest Islamic edifice yet. Construction of the $10 million state-of-the-art mosque began 8 years ago with heavy support from the Turkish government.
The land was handed over to the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Dr. Nuhu Shaributu, in 1995 by former President Jerry John Rawlings when the state required the area, which now hosts the Rawlings Park in Accra's Central Business District. Construction work began in 2012 for the 15,000 capacity multi-purpose complex, with the first date for inauguration set for March 2016. Last year, another plan to open the edifice to worshippers hit another snag due to the dreaded coronavirus pandemic. But for worshippers and tourists, their almost half a decade wait is over. The multi-purpose complex is now ready. The magnificent space of worship, which is expected to provide hundreds of jobs, is mainly aimed at making Islam accessible to all Muslims.
To academicians and to the normal Ghanaian, and then to whoever wants to really get pure Islamic knowledge and civilization, we want to make this place a center to build Muslims and humanity at large, inshallah.
With many congregants expected to troop in on a daily basis, some measures have been put in place to ensure that the mosque is kept in good shape at all times.
We are going to make provisions to ensure that even non-Muslims, at any time that you want to come, I mean, once you comply with our little rules and regulations, removing your shoe, putting on the necessary distance, you can get inside. It's not so complex. The house of God is simple and everybody is the same.
The National Mosque of Ghana complex will not only be a spacious place of worship for congregants closer to the largely Muslim communities of Nima and Mamobi, but also for people from all over coming together to worship Allah the Benevolent. Aisha Yakubu Khalid, TV3 News, Kanda, Accra.
Wonderful. I'll be following you next
course,
Friday.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because tourists are allowed in there as well, so it's not a problem at all.
Absolutely. So
you're watching News 360. We have more news right after this break.
Mama Josie.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Chocolate Toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste, Sankofa.
Yenchi, Kel Chocolate Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat2, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Life must be enjoyed. Life must be lived to the fullest. And that is why Ayo is making insurance accessible to all Ghanaians. With over 5 million Ghana cedis claims paid, we continue to bring smiles to all MTN subscribers across the country. A life or hospital cover for as low as 4 Ghana cedis per month, yet giving us so much to be happy for. We share the goodness Ayo brings with everyone. Dial *296# and follow the prompts to register for Ayo Recharge with Care. Registration is free. Ayo, because you care. Terms and conditions apply. Underwritten by Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana.
I'm at the station. Please, can you give me the direction?
Ask anyone.
Okay, madam.
Madam Panchi, please.
Why you go Panchi, please? Koso Road. Now, where is number 4 and Numde Avenue?
Koso! Front right, sharp left.
Please, direct me to number 4 and Numde Avenue.
Koso!
One car you go Panchi, please. And give me direction to number 4 and Numde Avenue.
Koso!
Please, can you direct me to number 24 Numde Avenue?
Keep going with the goodness of the new Fanny Yogo Panchi Peach. So cool, so good.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all, because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
Cleansoft, my favorite.
Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Wakey. Shine your eye.
buy. Receive money from family and friends overseas and spend from your ZPay mobile money wallet. Dial *270# now.
Surprise! Ma! What's what's it?
There's a live chicken in my living room.
Sister, shine your eyes.
It's not funny.
Direct.
Segment is brought to you by MTN, Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights,
Lufat.
Welcome back. In business this evening, the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association says the poultry industry has once again been hit with shortage of poultry feed. The association fears the industry risk collapse if government fails to swiftly deal with the challenge.
Poultry farmers across the country currently are faced with scarcity and high cost of maize and other ingredients needed for the industry.
Prices of the raw materials, which is maize, wheat bran, and the soya, have gone up drastically. The three components that I mentioned now make up about 80% of the total cost of production. So if you have maize shooting up from 65 cedis per 50 kg bag to 130 cedis for the same commodity, wheat bran going up from 17 to 30 and over 30 cedis, and soya going from 120 to 190, 200. Then it shows you that we are in a critical stage.
According to the president of the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association, Michael Nyakwampim, the situation gets worse by the day. The poultry farmers say they do not have cereals such as maize, soya and wheat bran available to feed the birds.
Prices of eggs may shoot up, and some may also be out of business. The feed millers will be out of business. The housing people will be out of business. The live bird sellers will be out of business. The egg sellers in the market will be out of business. So it's the value chain is so wide and so broad that we need to salvage the industry immediately so that all these actors will find their space in the scheme of things.
The association is currently engaging the Minister of Food and Agriculture and the Parliamentary Select Committee on Food and Agriculture to find solutions.
An MOU should be established so that the flour millers would at least supply about 50 to 60% of our needs, and then government would partnership with, say, some private businessmen, and then sit down with the feed millers, the total number of bags of feed or bags of maize that they need, so that the feed millers would focus on producing the feed for the farmers.
The issue of poultry farmers experiencing shortage of feed has lingered on since 2017. The association says until a lasting solution is arrived at, they may have no option than to shut down.
Well, this is a serious concern that demands urgent attention from government. But former president of Niger, Mahamadou Issoufou, has been honored for his contribution to the Africa Continental Free Trade Area with a statue at the secretariat here in Accra.
The ceremony at the AFCTA secretariat in Accra attracted leaders from the African Union and ECOWAS. Former Nigerian President Mahamadou Issoufou, an African Union champion, was recognized for ensuring that the Secretariat was activated in January 2021 in Accra.
I recall when in January 2017, President Mahamadou was assigned by the Assembly of Heads of States and Government, his peers, the Herculean task of being a champion and leader of the AFCFTA. Many doubted that in less than 5 years, Africa would be able to organize herself into a viable market of 1.3 billion people.
President Akufo-Addo said the former president of Niger has demonstrated selfless leadership.
He was responsible for the successful conclusion of Phase 1 negotiations of the AFCFTA and saw to it that the process of selecting a host country for the Secretariat was fair and transparent.
The recipient of the 2020 Ibrahim Prize for Achievement in African Leadership, Mahmoudou Yusufu charged the secretariat to ensure the objectives of AFCTA are achieved, especially in the areas of export and infrastructure. President Akufo-Addo, together with some colleague presidents, unveiled the statue.
And our Director of Business Operations at Dalex Finance has warned a COVID-19 third wave will be devastating for the services sector. Joe Jackson argues that this is likely to weigh heavily on the country's economic recovery.
Even though the services sector was the most affected by COVID, there is significant recovery coming from that sector, simply because there's a strong belief that with vaccines, maybe even just because they're tired, that thinks COVID is not going to have as devastating an effect now as it was expected before. But there's one catch. If there's a third wave of COVID and we get a resurgence, it's going to hit the services sector much harder than any place else. It will hit hospitality. It will hit other places in the services, the financial sector, and so on and so forth. So then the effect will again be a lot more devastating. This tells us we've got to put it through the filter of the formal sector. The results are not so surprising that the services sector is growing, but the warning should come again. We should do everything we can to ensure that this Delta variant does not take hold and that we don't get hit by another wave of COVID. Because if we do, it is the services sector that will be hit hardest. And any kind of recovery that we are making will now be sent tumbling.
With this in mind, we want to encourage everyone to keep adhering to all the COVID-19 safety protocols. That's all for business. Sports is up next.
If you wake up and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and just look at the day. You know you'll see things in a different way. Oh, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here.
Have you heard of Eden Heights, a luxury gated residential development located in the heart of Accra West, just behind West Hills Mall? It's Accra's best kept secret, a master planned community of modern styled apartments and penthouses bearing the superior seal of grade A finishing. Eden Heights promises residents convenience, security and comfort. For an all-inclusive and self-contained living experience, Eden Heights is your best choice. You are guaranteed a wide variety of social and recreational conveniences right at your doorstep, including open green spaces, soccer pitch, swimming pools, tennis court, fitness center, playgrounds and entertainment facilities. Reserve your luxury apartment on our limited promotional offer with just 25,000 cedis. Call 050-1531-444 for more information and to book a viewing. Terms and conditions apply. Eden Heights, welcome home.
The show was a jar oba anyone concron dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
Injija woman malaria and kawon to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a coupe.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a two malaria sententem. FDA,
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap. With activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
Shady Roma to me.
And Tonton Master, a baby, you want to she's so madahati. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Interfere, Entatia, make a cheha. No way! Shemikuno, and Tonton Bako crown animal. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. And out there we a show. Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
Time to believe in you. We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, yeah. Believe it, you can achieve. Puma, oh yeah. Clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we start the place. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Sports segment is brought to you by
Sasso insecticide spray and coil.
It's time to do sports on News 360. I am Aniela Alote. We start off with some Ghana Premier League fixtures. Now, the final game day comes off tomorrow and Sunday afternoon, and there is a lot more on the line for clubs wound up in a real likelihood of relegation. Legon Cities and Liberty Professionals are both saddled with 39 points, whereas Ebusia Dwarfs and Almina Sharks have 38 points each after 33 game weeks. Legon Cities are set to face 11 Wonders. Liberty are up against King Faisal, who are a point ahead of them. Ebusia Dwarfs take on Bechem United. And finally, Elmina Sharks are caught up with second place Asante Kotoko. Still on the Ghana Premier League, Hearts of Oak assistant coach Hamza Obing believes that already being crowned champions in the Ghana Premier League will not stop the team in winning tomorrow's final match against the West African Football Academy in Sogakope. He added that Hearts of Oak are determined to wrap up the season on a positive note for their supporters.
We have our last match. We are going there to play good football for the supporters who are there in Volta, because we have supporters there. We have to go there, play good and tactical game there for them to know that the team that have won the cup is not by talking, it's by good performance. So we are going there with our team, and the entire crew will be there, will be playing good game for them to know we are going there for a win. And from there, we move back, concentrate on the FA Cup. And from what he has been telling us, it's match after match. We don't want to comment on the FA Cup. So after our last match, the concentration will be here and people will know where we want to reach by then.
Sticking with Accra Hearts of Oak, they will be crowned champions of the 2020-2021 Ghana Premier League season on Saturday at Sogakope on the final match day. The Phobians will be presented with the trophy, medals, and a cash prize money for winning the title for the first time since 2009. Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asante-Chum, confirms this together with prizes for second place Asante Kotoko and the yet-to-be-determined third place team, which is being contested by 3 clubs.
Yeah, so I can confirm that the coronation will be done at Sogakope on Saturday. Hearts of Oak versus Wafa is hosting Hearts of Oak on Saturday. So Wafa will give Hearts of Oak a guard of honor just to congratulate them on winning the league season. Accra Hearts of Oak will be given an amount of 250,000 cedis as prize money. 40 medals will go to the technical team and the playing body. We will do same in Obuasi Kumasi Asante Kotoko will also receive their check of 150,000 Ghana cedis, and then 40 medals will go to players' technical team. Unfortunately, we do not know the team that will finish third, because there are about 4 teams who are fighting for that third position. Wafa, Adriana Stars, I think Brekum, Dreams FC as well, and then Karela. They are all fighting for that third spot. So we will see what happens. But yes, the first 2 will be done this week.
Exciting news on the women's end of Ghanaian football. Now, former Black Maidens captain in 2018 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup Golden Boot winner. It is her first professional contract outside of Ghana.
Hi, I'm Abdullahi Mukarama, a new player from Deportivo Alaves. I'm really looking forward to starting this journey with you all. Let's go for all. Pronto nos vemos en Victoria. Guazan. Glorioso.
Wimbledon champion Novak Djokovic has confirmed that he will compete in this summer's Olympic Games in Tokyo. Djokovic had said that he was 50-50 about whether or not he would take part. However, on Thursday, the 34-year-old posted on Twitter that he would.
Hello there. We know what matters today, don't we? Hurry up. Follow safety measures. Drive for hours. Grab a perfect spot. Park smoothly. And then visit another shop and scroll for the opportunities. Tap to pay. Enjoy that extra reward. Get 10% extra cashback when you pay with Visa. How you pay matters.
Welcome wherever you are on Planet Football.
You can go anywhere in the world, but nobody feels football like we do.
And they sing, they dare to sing.
It's a rhythm.
1-2.
1-2. Football.
La football.
Soccer.
1-2.
That moves us.
Salah to settle it. There's no feeling like that feeling.
It's so nice. It's so nice.
Nothing compares to DSTV's unbeatable football offering. So stay connected to watch the best football on the planet.
Fraise gives you a moment of pure freshness every day. A creamy, rich leather soap with great fragrances. Fraise, a unique smooth feeling. Fraise, your moment of escape. Dream, your dreams come true.
can be part of the extraordinary world of endless possibilities on Vodafone. With the best value and amazing data offers and services available in Ghana, your dreams are achievable. Get more for less with Vodafone data. Vodafone. Together we can.
Welcome back. Let's look at some more stories. Tonight, management of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology has debunked assertions that the school is conniving with some private hostel operators to dupe students. The University Relations Officer, Dr. Daniel Norris, spoke with the news team after aggrieved students embarked on a peaceful demonstration against what they described as astronomical increase in hostel fees. Here's a report by Benjamin Edu.
There was high security presence on campus at the time of our visits. Earlier, the student leadership and the management of the university met over hikes in hostel fees, which ended inconclusively. Friday's peace walk was to showcase the students' displeasure. Hostel fees have shot up from a little over 5,000 Ghana cedis to 12,000 Ghana cedis for a period of 8 months in the current academic year. Some of the students expressed their disappointment about the situation.
We are talking about hostels without fencing. We are talking about hostels without like better facilities.
The hostel fees can pay your academic fees for the full 4 years. Yes. Me, for instance, I pay 1,245 Ghana cedis for an academic year. But go to my hostel, it's more than 5,000 Ghana cedis.
University Relations Officer Dr. Daniel Norris Bequin called for calm among students. He debunked allegations that they have colluded with hostel owners to increase hostel fees.
The management of the university has no interest, and we are not shareholders in the private hostels, and we want to urge the students to exercise restraint and wait for us to discuss the matters and then bring these hostel prices down.
Well, that's an issue that beyond the university's response, we're going to stay on and get some further responses and get to the issue in our subsequent bulletins, because it's quite worrying indeed. But one of the investigators, Detective Corporal Augustine Derry, in the case where 2 Canadian girls were allegedly kidnapped in Kumasi in the Ashanti region, has told an Accra High Court the accused demanded $800,000 from parents of the victims. In his evidence in chief, Detective Corporal Augustine Derry said this was discovered after the father of one of the victims shared with investigators WhatsApp messages between himself and the first accused. Here's a report by Godfrey Tanam.
According to Detective Corporal Augustine Derry, statements of the victims and some WhatsApp messages were sent to them by the Canadian authorities. He said a conversation between Derek Chitty, father of one of the girls, Belly Chitty, and the first accused, Samson Agalo, indicated that the accused demanded a ransom of $800,000. Detective Corporal Derry said one of the victims, Lauren Tilley, was able to identify Samson Agalo when pictures of the accused were sent to Canada for identification. The pictures of the accused, he said, were sent for identification where the Canadian authorities mixed pictures of similar black men, and out of the lot, one of the victims was able to identify Jeff Omasa as one of their captors. He told the court as part of the investigations, they visited the crime scenes in Kumasi, including the location the 2 Canadian girls were abducted. He said they also visited a hotel, St. Patrick's Hotel, where the first accused, Samson Agalo, lodged. Samson's name, he indicated, was found in the lodge book of the hotel, where some of the accused paid him a visit, which was confirmed by the hotel manager. He added the BNI also handed to them a Toyota Corolla car allegedly used to carry out the act. A hole, he said, was identified in the roof of the car, which ballistic experts confirmed came from one of the pistols retrieved from the accused. On June 4, 2019, 3 Nigerians and 1 Guinean allegedly kidnapped 2 Canadian girls who were volunteers in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. According to the facts presented to the court, they touched the girls inappropriately and smeared their bodies with blood of a fowl and forwarded pictures to their families and demanded money. The girls were later rescued by joint police and national security team during a shootout. The case has been adjourned to July 21.
Let's look at some international news now. At least 120 people have died and hundreds more in Western Europe are unaccounted for after some of the worst flooding in decades. Record rainfall caused rivers to burst their banks, devastating the region. In Germany, where the death toll now stands at over 100, Chancellor Angela Merkel called for a determined battle against climate change. At least 20 people have died in Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Switzerland are also affected. Many factors contribute to flooding, but a warming atmosphere caused by climate change makes extreme rainfall more likely. The world has already warmed by about 1.2 degrees Celsius since the industrial era began, and temperatures will keep rising unless governments around the world make step cuts to emissions.
Let's stay on the international front. The World Health Organization official has said a total of 450,000 COVID vaccine, that's dozens, we understand, is actually coming in, have also been destroyed, unfortunately, in 9 African countries. Now, the WHO Africa's Immunization Program Manager, Dr. Richard Mihigo, says delayed shipment of the AstraZeneca vaccines, which is widely used on the continent of Africa, is to blame for this. The countries that destroyed vaccines are Malawi, South Sudan, Liberia, Mauritania, Gambia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Comoros, and the Republic of Congo. Malawi was the first country to publicly destroy vaccine doses on 19th of May. The health minister said that it needed to be done to show public trust. To avoid wastage, countries are being urged to use up vaccines immediately they are delivered. They are also being urged to carry out sensitization campaigns along mass vaccination campaigns so that communities can now know the importance of getting vaccinated.
Let's do entertainment news now.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Puma Drinks.
And entertainment news tonight, Minister for Tourism, Art and Culture, Dr. Mohamed Awal, has charged operators in the sector to adopt international practices to boost Ghana's tourism potential. Urging them to see tourism as a money-making venture, he also told them to make good use of the endless opportunities across the tourism value chain.
The tourism industry globally has been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, and Ghana's tourism sector is no exception. There are also ongoing efforts to increase domestic tourism. The Visit Ghana app is the latest initiative aimed at marketing tourist destinations in Ghana.
The Visit Ghana app is a platform provided by the Ghana Tourism Authority to aid tourism businesses, market their products and services, and for the general public to search and book tourist sites and facilities.
The all-in-one platform will afford operators within the tourism value chain global marketing opportunities and is expected to host over 5,000 operators. Sector Minister Dr. Mohamed Awal charged operators to work at making tourism the #1 contributor to Ghana's GDP.
That if you do your work well, you get visitors coming in and out, and you make money and create jobs for your people. Tourism is business. Let's see it as such. Let's be customer friendly. Let's have international standards, not our own standards. Standards that are acceptable everywhere. When we treat them well, they will come back. Let's create the 1 million jobs within the tourism sector over the next 4 years so that our people have jobs. And let's make the $5 billion from next year per annum to make tourism the #1 contributor.
President of the Ghana Tourism Federation, Bella Ahun, and other industry players commended the Ghana Tourism Authority for the initiative.
I think it's overdue. That's why we are so grateful to government for doing this. And it's especially during these times, COVID times, it has just come at the right time. We've gone digital. So we're asking everybody to sign on. We want our visitors to click on Visit Ghana and come to Ghana and see wonderful, wonderful things.
We have one stock app where you can put everything on. So now it's easier for us. It's a very good thing for us. I believe all of us must come together and make this app a better one.
Good one there. But a federal judge on Thursday allowed jailed R&B singer R. Kelly to shake up his legal defense team just weeks before he is set to go on trial in New York on racketeering charges. U.S. District Judge Ann Donnelly granted a request by Kelly's top 2 attorneys to withdraw from the hip hop and R&B singer's high-profile case amid a falling out among Kelly's team of lawyers. His lawyers told the judge it would be impossible for them to continue representing Kelly. Thursday's hearing came as attorneys continued with final preparations for Kelly's long-delayed sex trafficking trial, scheduled to begin August 9 in Brooklyn Federal Court. Well, I want to say thank you so much for staying with us here on News 360. On behalf of the rest of the team, as always, appreciate your company. My name is Alfred Akansi.
And I am Aisha Yakubu Halid. This morning's on 3news.com. Stay with us here on TV3.